Have you ever felt like you work hard all month, yet your money disappears the moment you get it? Payday arrives, and within hours it's already gone, split between credit cards, loans, bills, and obligations. It's as if your paycheck was never truly yours. That feeling, my friend, has a name: debt. Debt doesn't just drain your wallet, it drains your energy, your peace of mind, and, little by little, your motivation to move forward. It can feel like an invisible chain holding you down, a constant weight that keeps you from enjoying the present and planning for the future. But here's the truth they never teach you in school. Being in debt is not a life sentence. No matter how big the number may seem, there is a way out, and you can start today. In this video, I'm going to share clear, proven strategies that will not only help you pay off your debts faster, but also teach you how to make sure you never fall back into the same trap again. These are simple, accessible, and most importantly, realistic methods for anyone, no matter how much they earn or how much they owe. And I want you to remember something as you listen. Eliminating debt is not just about math, it's about mindset. It's about discipline, smart decisions, and a shift in habits that will completely transform your relationship with money. So if you're ready to stop living for your creditors and start living for yourself, hit the like button right now, subscribe to Draw My Money, and join me. What you're about to learn could be the first step toward a life free from financial chains. Strategy 1. Know exactly what you owe. The very first step to eliminating debt is to face it head on. Many people try to ignore their debt because it feels overwhelming, but pretending it isn't there won't make it go away. In fact, it only makes it grow. Brian Tracy says, you can't hit a target you can't see, and the same is true with your financial obligations. You cannot win a battle you haven't clearly defined. Sit down with a notebook or open a spreadsheet and write down every single debt you have. Include credit cards, personal loans, car payments, student loans, mortgages, everything. Next to each one, list the total balance, the interest rate, and the minimum monthly payment. This is your starting point, your map of the battlefield. It may be uncomfortable at first, but clarity is power. Once you know exactly what you owe, you transform an invisible monster into something you can measure, track, and eventually defeat. Imagine you are a general preparing for war. Would you send your troops into battle without knowing how many enemies you're facing or where they are? Of course not. In the same way, you need to know your enemy, your debts, in detail before you can strategize effectively. This process also gives you an instant sense of control, because now you're not fighting blind. Draw My Money tip: debt ignored multiplies like weeds. Debt faced can be cut down step by step. Now that you have a complete picture of your debt, the question becomes, what's the smartest way to attack it so you see results quickly? In the next strategy, I'll reveal 2 proven approaches that can help you pay off your debts faster than you ever thought possible. And one of them works even if you have very little extra money to spare. Strategy 2. Choose your debt attack plan. Now that you know exactly what you owe, it's time to decide how you're going to attack it. Having a list of debts without a strategy is like having a treasure map but never deciding which path to take. You'll wander in circles. The 2 most powerful and proven methods for paying off debt are known as the debt snowball and the debt avalanche. Both work, but they work in different ways. The debt snowball method focuses on paying off your smallest debts first, regardless of interest rate. You continue making the minimum payments on all your debts, but you put every extra dollar you can find toward a debt with the smallest balance. Once that debt is gone, you take the money you were paying on it and add it to the payment for your next smallest debt. This method creates quick wins and builds momentum, which can be incredibly motivating when you're starting out. The debt avalanche method, on the other hand, focuses on paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first. This saves you the most money over time because it eliminates the most expensive debt as quickly as possible. Once that highest interest debt is gone, you move to the one with the next highest rate and so on. This approach is mathematically the fastest and cheapest way to pay off debt, but it requires patience and discipline because the first win might take longer to see. Which one should you choose? It depends on your personality. If you are motivated by quick progress and the satisfaction of crossing debts off your list, the snowball method might be the right fit. If you are disciplined and focused on the numbers, the avalanche method can save you more money in the long run. The truth is, the best plan is the one you will stick with until the very last debt is gone. Draw my money tip. Debt freedom is not about picking the perfect plan. It's about picking a plan and never quitting on it. Now that you have chosen your strategy, the next step is to fuel it. And to do that, you need to find extra money to throw at your debts. In the next strategy, I'll show you how to free up cash in your budget, even if you think there's nothing left to cut. Strategy 3. Cut expenses aggressively. Temporarily eliminating debt is like running a sprint and a marathon. At the same time, you need both speed and endurance. One of the fastest ways to speed up your debt payoff is to cut your expenses. Not forever, but for a defined period of time. Think of it as going into financial bootcamp for 6 to 12 months, where your main mission is to free up every possible dollar to attack your debts. Start by reviewing every expense you have. Cancel subscriptions and memberships you don't use or truly need. Cook at home instead of eating out. Even cutting back restaurant meals from 3 times a week to once a week can free up a surprising amount of cash. Look at your utility bills, streaming services, impulse purchases. Every small change adds up faster than you expect. And remember, this is not about punishing yourself. It's about creating a short-term sacrifice for long-term freedom. When you cut expenses temporarily, you create a gap between what you earn and what you spend. That gap is your weapon. Every single dollar in that gap becomes ammunition you can fire directly at your debt. And here's the beauty of it. Once the debt is gone, you can choose to keep some of those new habits and use the extra money to build wealth instead. Draw my money tip: live like no one else now so you can live like no one else later. But here's the truth. No matter how much you cut expenses, there's a limit to how much you can save. The real power comes when you combine spending costs with more income. In the next strategy, I'll show you how to boost your earnings so you can crush your debt even faster. Strategy 4. Increase your income streams. Cutting expenses is powerful, but there is a ceiling to how much you can save. On the other hand, there is no ceiling to how much you can earn. If you truly want to accelerate your debt payoff, you need to increase your income, even temporarily, so you can throw more money at your balances each month. This is where creativity and resourcefulness can completely change the game. Start by looking at the skills you already have. Can you offer freelance services in your field? Could you teach, tutor, or consult in an area you know well? The internet has opened doors to countless opportunities, from remote jobs to selling digital products. You could also take on a part-time job, drive for a rideshare service, deliver food, or sell items you no longer need. Even an extra $200 a month consistently applied to your debt can shave months or even years off your repayment timeline. The key is to treat every extra dollar you earn as untouchable for anything except debt. It's easy to fall into the trap of earning more and spending more, but that will only keep you stuck. Remember, this is about a focused, intentional period of sacrifice and discipline to buy your freedom. Draw my money tip: when you work to earn extra money, you're not just paying off debt. You're building the foundation for your future wealth. And here's the exciting part. Once your debts are gone, the extra income you've created becomes fuel for investments, savings, and financial security. But before we get there, there's another crucial step, one that ensures your debt repayment plan never gets derailed. In the next strategy, I'll show you how to protect yourself from financial emergencies that could push you right back into debt. Strategy 5. Build a small emergency fund first. One of the most common mistakes people make when trying to get out of debt is putting every single dollar toward repayment without having any kind of safety net. The problem is, life is unpredictable. A car repair, a medical bill, or even a broken appliance can force you to use credit again, and suddenly you're right back where you started. That's why building a small emergency fund is a critical part of your debt elimination plan. You don't need a huge amount to start. Aim for at least $500 to $1,000 set aside in a separate savings account that you don't touch unless it's a true emergency. This fund acts as your financial shield. It's not meant for vacations, new gadgets, or impulse purchases. It's meant for those unexpected situations that would otherwise send you deeper into debt. Having this safety net gives you peace of mind. You can focus on attacking your debts with intensity, knowing that you have a cushion to handle life's surprises. And when you do use it, your top priority is to refill it as soon as possible, so you're never left unprotected. You don't need a huge amount to start. Aim for at least $500 to $1,000 set aside in a separate savings account that you don't touch unless it's a true emergency. This fund acts as your financial shield. It's not meant for vacations, new gadgets, or impulse purchases. It's meant for those unexpected situations that would otherwise send you deeper into debt. Having this safety net gives you peace of mind. You can focus on attacking your debts with intensity, knowing that you have a cushion to handle life's surprises. And when you do use it, your top priority is to refill it as soon as possible, so you're never left unprotected. You now have in your hands 7 powerful strategies to eliminate your debts once and for all. Know exactly what you owe. Choose your debt attack plan, cut expenses. Aggressively for a period of time, increase your income streams, build a small emergency fund, lower your interest rates, and adopt a debt-free mindset for life. Each one is a tool, and together they form a complete system that can take you from feeling overwhelmed and trapped to being in control and free. The truth is, becoming debt-free is not about luck or waiting for the perfect moment. It's about making a decision today to take consistent, focused action. It's about choosing short-term sacrifice for long-term peace. And it's about believing that your financial future is worth fighting for, because it is. Imagine waking up one morning with no payments hanging over your head, knowing that every dollar you earn is yours to keep, save, or invest. That sense of relief and control is possible for you, no matter how much you owe right now. The key is to start and to keep going, even when it feels slow or difficult. Here's my challenge for you. Pick one of these strategies and start applying it today. Don't just think about it, don't just plan for someday. Take a real, tangible step before the day ends. The sooner you start, the sooner you will feel the weight of debt begin.